Good morning, Sheffield. Yeah, good morning to that one person. Hi, Jack. Okay, guys, welcome to Game 2 of what proves to be a pretty epic day of roller derby action. The first jam is underway. We will take you through the rosters for the Hallam Hellcats and the Hellfire Harlots. Try saying those 3 times fast. I will try, Layla.
And we have our second jam on the way with number 96 out for Hellfire Harlots and number 83 for Hallam. And that's lead for Hallam. And that's Grimlock through for the full 4 points. And there's been a star pass for Harlots, and that is Harlots pivot now putting the star on.
Just getting all the gen from the very delightful Snookins who did Game 1 for us. So hearing about all the gossip that went on in Game 1 sounds like quite the game. And now we're into Game 2. Grimlock. Oh, hello. Beautiful footwork there on the inside line, through with 4 on the board. That's a not too shabby jam here for Grimlock so far. 20 points on the board. Make that 24. So a 24-point jam there, unanswered by the Hellfire Harlots. So it's a nice, simple 24-0 going into jam 3.
And we have, oh no, Warp Gen's just disappeared. Cool.
A little bit of conversation on the bench there with the Harlots jammer, Warp Gen 9975 on the jam line.
Who is playing her second game today, as in second game of today, not her second game ever.
So we have, with the Hellfire Harlots, where you can see if you have a little look over at the penalty box, we've got 1 blocker seated, 1 blocker standing. So what that means is we've got 1 blocker who's got less than 10 seconds of a penalty to serve and 1 who's got slightly more than 10 seconds of a penalty to serve. So it is very much a pack advantage to the Hallam Hellcats. So Warp Gen has got the odds stacked against them for this jam. Getting eyeballed by the brace from the Hallam Hellcats.
But that is Hallam's jammer off and back on and fighting her way through. Meanwhile, Warp Gen is right back off track, back on track. And Hallam out as lead. Both jammers are fighting against very solid 3 walls. But 7-3 slips out the inside and is out and scoring.
So 4 points on the board for Kerfoot, or Kerfoot, depending on how you want to pronounce it, but 4 points on the board, going in for a second scoring pass. Warp Gen still working on their initial, with star in hand on the second straightaway, right for your viewing pleasure, in front of you, and is through and out. Hallam Hellcats really giving them a hard time. Jam being called. Kerfoot says, thank you very much, that will do. I've taken enough punishment for that jam. 6 points on the board, 30 playing 2. So we have Fatal Attraction jamming for the Hallam Hellcats and Montana for the Hellfire Harlots. An empty penalty box, so it's 5 on 5. Beautiful. Fatal Attraction still on the outside there. Can touch this. Oh my God, I'm going to love using that name today. Can touch this with the shoulder, just trying to get the best of Fatal Attraction. Drop that shoulder, but Fatal Attraction folded into some kind of invisible box on the inside line and was able to just duck under and make that initial pass.
And we have What the Fox out after a star pass, ready to start scoring. Unfortunately denied by Hallam, calling it off.
A tactical call off there from Fatal Attraction. So What the Fox did not get a chance to put points on the board, but I'm sure they will have an opportunity at some point today. Some new jammers on track. We have 5050 Lid Vicious.
And number 46, Smith, who is just out as lead.
Loving the sing-song from the bench from the Hellfire Harlots. One blocker to beat, and Smith is through. 4 points on the board.
Meanwhile, Hallam are just reforming that wall and reforming and spinning like crazy.
And somehow, out of all of that chaos, comes Smith with 4 more points on the board. We have an empty penalty box, so there's a whole bunch of skaters up in that top corner on turn 2 and 3. These Hallam walls are evil in the best possible way, really making things so difficult for the jammer come pivot from the Hellfire Harlots. Has pushed them right the way down this second straightaway. And an empty penalty box, meaning there's still 4 blockers doing everything they can to stop our new jammer for the remainder of this jam. And I'll tell you the name as soon as I can see it, unless you can see it and share it with me, please do.
And some lovely group offense there from Harlots, trying to get their jammer out.
Roberts, got it, found it. That was a really heavy jam there. The wall didn't even move 1 lap, I don't think, Crash. Didn't even complete 1 lap.
Those walls look really tough. Really solid.
Heavy hitting. And you can always tell when it's been a good wall and a good jam when the blockers come off absolutely exhausted, looking nearly as exhausted as the jammers.
We're starting on a power jam. We're not sure how that happened, but we're starting on a power jam.
Must have been a penalty, a sneaky penalty called there in the dying moments of the previous jam. So it's 9-9-7-5. This is Warp Gen. We've seen Warp Gen once already today, but with a power jam to their advantage. But there is a blocker on this track, number 22, Pneumatic, who is absolutely traversing and travelling across the laterals on this track and making it very hard for Warp Gen to find a pass.
And that's Smith out the box and taking lead.
Let's not forget, Smith just did a 2-minute jam and is suddenly just straight out of the box and just casual as you like, right the way through.
But now meeting the resistance of 000. Don't know. 000? Yeah. Sorry, 800.
Oopsie. That's nuclear. Just did a small naughty thing. You're allowed a few of those. You can do them. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Smith with one to beat number 88, Tanya. And Smith is through. Warp Gen still working so hard. And a successful start pass and an initial pass now completed by, oh yes, done. I will get a chance to do the song, I promise, I will.
You will get a chance to do the song.
I'm going full on MC Hammer at some point in this game. So with a 30-second penalty at the beginning of that last jam, Smith straight out of the box and putting 12 points on the board. So it's a 66-2. Beautiful recycle there from Betty Malsesia. I am loving these names. Betty Malsesia with a lovely dink out on the inside line.
I've taken her hits before. They are not fun.
It did not look pleasurable. Grimlock has absorbed that hit and has now managed to get through to the front of the first straightaway. But guess who's back again? 4-5-1. Betty Malsesia with a second dink out on the outside.
And that is Montana out with a lovely whip.
Come on, Jammer.
And now it's the Hallam Jammer fighting out front against that solid 2-wall.
There's my Betty Malsesia again at the head of the pack. Oh, I did the name check and I got a penalty. This seems to happen. I'm very sorry. I've got to stop doing that, Coco. Must stop. So it is a pack advantage now to the Hallam Hellcats. 2 of the Hellfire Harlots in the penalty box. But I think we have some points on the board there. I'm looking, all eyes on the scoreboard. It's a 1, it's a 2, it's a 3 points to the Hellfire Harlots. I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank you. So we're coming into our next jam, again with this pack deficit. So this is going to be a tough one for the Harlots to absorb a jammer and blockers when you're 2 people down. Kefut. I'm going to go get the pronunciation because I don't want to get it wrong. Carves a hole in that pack and is out for the first 4 points. Oh, just
so
nearly through on that outside line. Warp Gen nearly through. There's just, you feel your soul leave your body when you think you're out of the pack. And then out of nowhere.
Some lovely toe-stop work there. Out for the full 4 points.
There they are again. Oh, God. Right. I am not going to talk about Betty, not because I don't think you're amazing, but every time I say your name, you're getting a penalty. So I'm not going to talk about Betty anymore and see what happens. I'm going to protect you. No more penalties. So Kafut on the back of this second straightaway. My goodness me, there was like no space and yet managed to get some toes in there.
And that's Fox again with the star back on her head. Fighting against that wall now at the back.
So the star pass completed by the Harlots. It's now what the Fox as your jammer. Lovely on the outside, inside, really working those edges. Kafut through for 4 more points, but what the Fox is giving the Hellcats such a hard time. Taking a moment, get some oxygen in those lungs and go straight back in again.
And I think that was another 2 minutes.
That was another 2-minute jam. I'm shattered, don't mind telling you. These walls feel like they're hard-hitting, cloggy, basically the worst kind of walls you ever want to face as a jammer, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. But there's 2 people who are thinking, nah, I've got this. I can get through these walls. They are Fatal Attraction and Montana. These walls mean nothing to me. Looking for those gaps on the inside and outside.
I believe there are 2 jammers in there somewhere.
Oh my goodness me, they came out the back practically at the same time.
And they're both back to the back.
And both got recycled back. It's like a beautiful symmetrical piece of action going on down there.
And that is Hallam out.
But do you know what? I mean, I know all of you guys know what roller derby's all about, right? But because Fatal Attraction took the star off, that means they can't get lead. Dun, dun, dun.
I think they may both have taken the star off.
So we've got another 2-minute jam. Cardio, hell. This is not my life. 2-minute jams are not what I am about. Absolutely no, thank you. So Fatal having made their initial pass. Yes, they may not be lead, but they can still score points. And there's 4 lovely, juicy ones.
Yep. And that's Montana out as well, so she can now start scoring too.
And this will run and run, so we can have no tactical call-offs. Just go for the points. Let's see what we can get. There's 4 more for the Hellcats.
And that's one of Harlot's blockers in the box, giving the advantage on track to Hallam. There are too many H's in this game.
I feel like I know this jammer, and I've just remembered where I know them from. I know Fatal Attraction from the Wakey tournament that we did last autumn, the firework one. Oh, but I am sure, this amazing little pocket rocket going on around this track now, putting 4 more points on. I'm sure I played with them last year. I'm going to find out at half-time. Watch this space.
I mean, watching them jam, they were probably just a blur.
Yes. It's hard to know, but that was an epic jam there. 23 points on the board, so Hallam Hellcats breaking the century. And 3 points on the board for the Hellfire Harlots. Get on. I'm just watching the beautiful NSO on the pivot line. Is this a timeout? And who's the timeout to? Thank you very much. Timeout to Team White, the Nottingham Hellfire. No, not the Hellfire Harlots. Yes, the Hellfire Harlots. Oh my God, there's so many H's in this game, you have no idea. Like, I'm really proud that so far I haven't managed to confuse them. And then I confuse myself confusing them. What on earth? Shall we do the rosters? Let's do the rosters. You go.
So for Harlots in the white, we have 0 What the Fox, 2718 Sticks and Stoner, 451 Betty Malsesia, 5050 Lid Vicious, 66 Imperial March, 67 Roberts, 80 Chris, 800 Nuclear, 85 Kentustis, 80H Tanya, 96 Montana, and 9975 Warp Jen.
Don't you have the most beautiful telephone voice? I was like quite soothed listening to that roster. It was like, I'll do mine in a bit, and mine won't be anywhere near as soothing as that. I'll tell you that much right now. So we are back on for Jam 9 or Jam 10, who knows, somewhere around there. An empty penalty box.
And a little bit of jammer on jammer between Warp Jen and Smith at the start line, and then they're both into those walls.
So Warp Jen, I think this is the third jam in a row for Warp Jen, has managed to successfully star pass a couple of times, but is being super brave, taking those jam starts, working on that first turn. But at 46, that is Smith coming through. Lead jammer, initial pass, 4 points. Nicely done.
And with some lovely offense from, I'm not quite sure who, but that's Warp Jen out.
Them pesky tactical call-offs. Warp Jen was stalking around there like, yes, I have points on my mind. But Smith was like, nope, shut that down. Goodness me, we've only got 11 minutes left of this half, so that's absolutely flown by. Score check, I mean, you can see it, but I do like to talk about it. So it's 107 playing 8. They're really awkward, weird numbers. We need to sort this out. So let's see what happens with this particular jam. We have Montana and we have Grimlock. These have both been out several times already in this half. Grimlock has had a hell of a half so far. A lovely dink out there from the Harlots wall, but could go on the edges, so went straight down the middle and is your lead jammer for the Hallam Hellcats.
And that is Lid Vicious with the star. What I want to know is, when did she stop being Harley Scrim? Because that was an awesome name.
Oh, look at that. Nuclear was like laser focus. Like a heat-seeking missile was Nuclear. Oh, did you like what I did there?
Oh,
Like,
some lovely group offense for Harlots there. Getting Lid out with the star on her head.
Lid Vicious looking very pleased to have that star on the helmet. Can you see? Do you know, maybe it's actually not a bad idea to put the star over your helmet so you can't see what you're about to hit. It's probably not a bad idea.
No.
You can't see it, you can't feel it, right? She got a point! Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, it's 9 though. Can we even these numbers up? It's making me itchy. 119 playing 9. I don't like it. Can we even this up, please? Thank you.
Have we had cartwheels on to jam before?
Ooh, no. Tell the lovely people.
I was saying, I think this might be Cartwheel's first jam of the game. I may be wrong, and if I've just not noticed, I'm sorry.
Tell you what though, Cartwheels is running rings around this wall. Right the way through. First jam out of the pack. Lead jammer. I'd be really impressed if they actually did a cartwheel to get out of the pack. Then I would be impressed.
That would be...
That was nearly as good. But we could go for a cartwheel, I'm sure. Or just a little kind of star jump. That would work.
I mean, Brothers used to have a jammer that very regularly did backwards rolls.
Sausage? No rolls?
Dr. Oblotnik used to do regular backwards rolls when hit off track. So.
Really? This must be before my time.
Oh, here's Warp Jen out the front, pushing against that Hallam 2 wall, but denied.
Denied. Recycled back.
Meanwhile, Harlots putting up a...
Oh, beautiful.
That is cartwheels off.
There,
and being
that's that
run
nuclear
back.
again. The heat-seeking missile that is nuclear as the blocker stuck to the back of cartwheels. And a lovely then recycle back from Roberts. This wall's really starting to get their groove, I think. And what Fox is the pivot, just about getting to the pad, but couldn't quite get there to put the points on the board. Oh, I'm still not satisfied with these numbers. They feel weird. 1, 2, 6, playing 9. We've got 7 minutes left of this half. It's just odd numbers all over the place.
And we have the match-up of Kafut and Montana again, both hitting those walls and trying to find a sneaky way through. And it is Kafut who finds that space first and is out as lead.
Do you think it's Stella Kafut? Do you reckon that's the full name?
I'd like to think it is.
I think it should be, and if it's not, I'm going to make a poll for it to be. Stella Kafut. It kind of has a nice ring to it.
And there's been a star pass.
Can't touch this, dun 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 dun, do 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 do. Can't touch this, dun 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 dun. Yay! Oh, with moves. Can't touch this has got some sneaky ass moves on that inside line. Did they get points? Did they get the points? Oh, we're waiting. I don't know. Either they're swearing at us. Oh, 1 point. Is it 10? Yes! Get on. I love an even number. That makes me feel so much better. Whew. Thank you. Ken Touch This earned that point just for that little sneaky ass move there on the inside line of the secretary.
Jammer on jammer action to start this one.
Do love it.
That's my favourite sort of jamming.
My favourite. I do love a little bit of argy-bargy on the jam line. In fact, I'm coming, like, argy-bargy would be a great skater name, right?
That would be amazing.
I feel like someone has it, but if they don't, if there's any rookies here, there's a name for you. You can have that one for free. Argy and Bargy. So this is Fatal Attraction. I know Fatal Attraction. I'm going to find out at half-time, because I bet everyone's dying to know. Like, big top question. Woo!
Denied out front by... I don't know.
It's this one again.
It's nuclear.
Sights are set on nuclear. Fatal Attraction through, using their own blockers as a bit of a battering ram to clear that inside line. It's through for 4 more points.
And that's Harlots back up to full blocking strength, but unfortunately Hallam losing a blocker to the box.
Going to have a sit and a think about what they did naughty. And to promise the NSOs, you have to promise the NSOs at the back, they say, I will not do that again, I am very sorry. In fact, you should do that, you should have like a little pledge, a little plaque that you have to read off. I'm sorry I did a bad thing, I will not do it again, sincerely, blocker.
And that is Lidvicious out on her initial with star in hand, back on her head, ready to score.
I do love a star stash. It just offers all those elements of questions of, are we going to pass? Are we not? Are we getting through? Are we a blocker? Who are we? What are we doing? Coco, you're not going home. Coco, are you going home? A job? A job? This isn't your job. See you soon, love. Oh, I did that on the mic, sorry. The coffee's kicked in, can you tell? Right, anyway, we've got things over here to talk about. We have Smith doing Smith things. Getting Smith points on a Smith track in a Smith world. Oh, God. It started.
Did you have an early start?
I had an early start. I needed to,
I'll tell you about.
I'll tell Crash about my Airbnb experience last night. I won't tell all you guys because it's not for public, whatever the hell it is. But, anywho, Smith's still doing the Smith things. 4 more points on the board. That's 8 on this jam.
And the offense all lined up to get Warp Jen out.
Yes, Warp Jen is out of the pack. Snuck through on that inside line, but then Smith did a Smith call off, scored the Smith points, did the Smith things.
Ask if...
Gigantor, can we open these back doors? Are we allowed to open these back doors, do you know? Zoe, do you know? Shall we try? What's the worst that can happen? We could evacuate the building. Do you want to try?
And that is this jam.
If Zoe's shrugging, I'm saying that's a go.
With and that is Grimblock out as your lead. And Montana fighting through at the front there, a star in hand. And picking up 1 point at the end there.
Oh, we're on those odd numbers again. Hellfire Harlots, come on, let's get another couple. 160 playing 11. This potentially could be the last jam of the half, but you just never know with these things. Roller Derby does love to throw us a curveball, even though there's no ball, but you know what I'm saying. Warp Jen again, what are you doing? Warp Jen has been on track pretty much like every jam. Absolutely tenacious from Warp Jen. Kerfoot through as your lead jammer. Initial pass and going straight into the middle of a wall of hell from the Harlots.
And part of that wall is Sticks and Stoner, who's playing her first game for Harlots today. And I'm told her first game in 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And came here for this premiere game. Beautiful work there. 4 points on the board there from Stella Kerfoot, or Kerfoot Stella. I'm not bothered, whichever way you like. Warp Jen needs to go and sit down and have a rest for a minute.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Doesn't look like she's going to.
Doesn't even look tired. Like, I want to know what Jen had for breakfast this morning. Yeah, and I love too. They like to leave us lingering, don't they? They like to leave us lingering, make us think there's another jam, but there's not. So that is half time, folks. Okay, so we're going to be just about ready to get started with the second half shortly. I see some very dynamic stretching going on over there with the Harlots. Some teamwork in getting those deep stretches in. Exactly. That's what a teammate is for, is to push your hip past that point of comfortableness to get the good stretch. So whilst we've got a little moment here, I may as well just take you through the second team roster for this game. So there's the Hallam Hellcats. I've got all my H's and my A's and my E's all in the right order. So the Hallam Hellcats. So we have on track today. And some of these may well be cruising onto track right now. We've got 0, Wilma Wheels Move. We've got number 4, Cartwheels. 13, Rat Eyes. 16, Abattoir. 1907, I love this name. Mabel in a China Shop. There has to be a story to that. I'm going to go find out what it is. Number 22, Pneumatic. 324 is Goldie Blocks. 34 is Genuine Article. 36 is Fatal Attraction. 46 is Smith. 588 is Bobcat. 64 is Killary. 73 is Stella Kerfoot, or Kerfoot Stella, or just Kerfoot, or just Stella. One of those. Pick whichever one you like. Number 83 is Grimblock, and 800 is Carnage. And that is your roster for the Hallam Hellcats, who are playing in black, by the way, in case you hadn't figured that bit out. Oh, what a fill. And the refs are just about ready to go. I know, I was like, get my thumbnail right in there to get it on. There we are, we're in. Refs are giving us the thumbs up, MC giving us the thumbs up, so we are just about to get ready for the second half. So a bit of a recap from the first half. It was Hallam Hellcats half. No question of that. Outstanding jammers, Fatal Attraction, Smith, Cuthbert and Grimlock, particularly taking the majority of the jams. However, Warp Jen has had 10 minutes rest, so they'll be ready to do the rest of this game as the jammer for the Nottingham Harlots. And lo and behold, it is Jen on track right now.
And that is Smith out as lead, whilst Warp Jen is being recycled to the back of the pack.
Wow, Smith coming in super hot on that inside line there. Just thought that they were through, but
and with a lovely assist from Lid Vicious, that is the other jammer out as well.
Oh, Smith doing the call-offs. Oh, the tactics. That was a relatively straightforward points and call, 4-0 to the Hellcats. Oh, what? Grimlock. Is that Grimlock sign? Does that say go grandma? Behave. Grimlock what?
No. Just no.
No. Unacceptable. Grimlock is not a grandma. She's like 22, right? Watch this. Oh my God, what an example, right? Grimlock through and out of the pass. Grandma Grimlock is the new name. Are you kidding me? Just like that. Points on the board.
And that was Killer Bee with the recycle there. And Montana's stuck in that solid wall of Hallam.
I can't lie, Grimlock is now going to be my favourite. I can't lie. I know I'm not supposed to have favourites. I don't really have favourites. But Grandma Grimlock really has a bit of a Disney kind of feel to it, right? I like the name. Four more points on the board. There is a blocker in the bin. Da 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 da. There's a blocker in the bin. Da da da. Anyway, I can see Christy's laughing at me.
Oh, and a star pass happened at some point because What the Fox is now our jammer.
You know me, Christy. Don't pretend. So we've had a star pass, and it's our What the Fox. Oh, hello with their moves again. I love this little bit of a transition on the inside line with a bit of a hip and a weight shift. And is through and has got 4 points on the board. Excellent work there. A very cool tactical star pass, putting the points on. So it's 15 points playing 184. Grimlock just quietly, Grandma Grimlock with a 15-point jam. That's it now, it's sticking, right? It's sticking. Warp Jen is on 1 and 2. I've decided, I think. Maths?
I think so, yeah. She's always there.
Always there. Always give. Oh, hello. Oh, come on. Go on, Jen. Oh. Looking for that break. Oh, look at these blockers. The water falling, and they're like passing the jammer off from one pair of hips to another pair of hips. It's so impressive from the Hellcats.
And that is Kafut out as lead.
Stella Cuthbert, if you please. Full name.
Full name.
Warp Jen still fighting incredibly hard. Looking for those gaps, finds a gap, and there's just another one there. There's like, how many blockers must there feel like there is on track when it's like this? Oh, inside line, beautiful. Yes. Warp Jen through. Well done, Jen. Just the single point on that last scoring point. Last scoring pass. There we go. 189 playing 15. And we're getting into a bit of a rhythm with these jammers. We're starting to see a bit of a regular rotation, which basically means Jen will be on in the jam after this.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Another jammer who seems to be on a huge amount today is Montana, who is trapped behind. Let's have a look. We've got Pneumatic in there. We've got Abattoir in there. Anyone who calls himself Abattoir, you know is going to be a brutal blocker.
And Killer Bee. It's the third one in
yes.
that wall.
Oh, yeah. Got you. Rat eyes. Goodness me. If names were intimidating, I think Hallam would win. 10 points to Hallam for the beautiful dismount and finish on turn 2. Well done.
Oh, and I think both teams have star passed, so there's no lead?
No lead, 2 minutes, so we've got 1:10 left of this jam. What the Fox is like, okay, suck up the oxygen, this is going to be a rough ride. And in comes Carnage, moving from one line to the other. Lovely little dink on the inside there from 85. Let me find them. That's Tanya. Carnage is through. Points on the board for everybody so far.
And Hallam's wall's back up to full strength. Harlots currently have 1 in the box.
Lovely.
And Carnage taking full advantage of that depleted pack.
Carnage has been working on those toe stop drills. What the Fox taking us a breath for a second. There's still 30 seconds left on this jam. There are points to score. Every pair of hips passed is a point. Harlots looking for spaces to get What the Fox through. Offense and defense going on at the same time, but it is a gruesome 3-wall in there. Lovely little bit of offense assist there coming in from Montana to try and help the jammer through What the Fox. Oh, I felt that one. But just quietly, Carnage, or the combination of Carnage and Fatal Attraction, putting 16 points on the board and 8 points as the highest scoring jam of the game for the Nottingham Hellfire Harlots. Indeed, I concur. Well done.
And we have Warp, Jen and Smith back on the jam line. And they're off.
Didn't we say Warp Jen would be on again next? Seriously, cardio, yo. I am loving Smith's moves. Beautiful work. That's a no pass, no penalty. So that means that Warp Jen is your lead jammer for this jam. Absolutely. Smith through, putting 4 points on the board. The water falling, blocking from this wall. Oh my goodness. There's Mabel. Mabel in a china shop. That sounds like an album. That should be an album. So Jen looking and being patient, which I love. Being patient as a jammer. Looking for a gap. No, same. We are very much the same personality type, right? Just literally crash.
Yeah.
Crash into everything.
Who can I hit?
Yeah. But the patience paid off for Jen. That's 4 points. Look at this. The comeback is on from the Hellfire Harlots. 4 more points on the board. 27 playing, 216. 10 minutes into this second half already. So Montana and Granny Grimlock.
On her toe stops, spinning
What?
round.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you guys see that? Did you see that on the inside line? Lovely work there. Wow. I wish my granny jammed like that. Straight through, what? Beautiful work. Montana going on to that second straightaway, being absorbed by this wall of doom from the Hallam Hellcats. Oh, goodness me. Indeed. Go, go, Grandma. That was amazing.
Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, I think there has been a star pass and the hat has been put on.
Oh, okay. So who is the jammer now?
I believe it's your turn to sing.
Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Hang on, let me check. Oh, it is. Okay, you ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Da, 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 da. Can't touch this. Da, 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 da. Can't touch this. Come on. Points. Come on. Stop me. Someone. Crash. Please talk.
You were doing so well. And we have a battle at the front and at the back of the pack. Oh no, with another spin.
Come on. Oh, this is why I don't get invited to events anymore. Can't touch this is getting some offense, looking for the offense, looking backwards, and actually, I like it when this happens, when the jammers become blockers, become jammers, become blockers, and you go in as a 5 defense. A great way to try and cancel out a jam and just make the thing end. Just make it end.
To be fair, I think we've both been in those sort of jams.
Yeah, I spend most of my life in those types of jams. It's like, make this stop. Oh, it's cartwheels. So this is the second jam of the game, the cartwheels, and about the 700th jam of the day for Warp Jen.
And Warp Jen is off.
Hello.
I mean, I guess it lives up to the name.
That was very much, that was like they made a black hole emerge and they were Warp Force 9 down that inside line. Could do with another one to come through. Oh, just couldn't quite stick it on that inside line. Warp Gen being recycled back. Cartwheels has made an initial pass, is now eligible to score, so everything going on over there in that corner at the end of straightaway 1 is worth points.
And it's 1 blocker apiece in the penalty box.
So in the traditional sense, when you've got a blocker apiece in the penalty box, that would mean the offense is switched off and everyone goes full defense. But in this game, who knows? Who knows? We're going a little bit of one-on-one. Oh, my goodness
and
me.
Both jammers knocked off the track at the same time.
That was a dink out from Chris, but then Chris got a dink out from Carnage, and it was all just a bit of a neutralizing action over there. Oh, God! Oh, my goodness me. Was that Wilma Wheels move? I think so. I'll wait for them to turn around. But a wonderful recycle back, and then a track back. And Jen doing this thing that you just don't see many jammers do, which is where they're just taking a beat and just having a look and assessing the situation, not letting the adrenaline get to them. Oh, my goodness. I think this is one of the first power jams we've had of the day, of this game. We've not had many, right?
1, I think.
1 maybe, yeah. So this is a power jam to the Hallam Hellcats. Cartwheels is your jammer, so we only have 1 jammer on track, which means all eyes are on Cartwheels from an offensive point of view and from a defensive point of view. Jen is having a well-deserved rest in that penalty box.
This does mean that we'll be starting with just 1 jammer.
Ooh, we are starting, so that means Jen's going to have to do 2 in a row. It means we have a power start to the Hallam Hellcats. Who are they going to field? They're going to field Stella Kerfoot. That's who they're going to field. Jen is standing, so that means that they have 10 seconds or less of their penalty to serve. So it's just like, it's all just strategy, yo. And we're having a team out.
A timeout?
Yeah, that as well. A team timeout. There we are. To the Nottingham Hellfire Harlots. What are we doing for the score? 2-4-3 playing 31. Well, there's a lot of odd numbers again. Not satisfying. We need the evens. Can we do YMCA? Can we do that from the pivot line, do you reckon? Instead of just T? No. Far too professional.
She can't.
Okay. No, you'll do. Yes, do the little ta-da.
Yeah,
Present the team.
I don't think they get to pick the letter. They do. I think it's just T.
Well, I mean, if you're in charge of the pivot line penalty call, you can do what you like over there, to be fair. Oh, and a whistle. Go on, blow that whistle. Oh, that was satisfying.
And really well timed.
I do love a rolling whistle. Right, we are back in action. Christy, stop laughing. I thought you were laughing again at me or something. Boo. Okay, so it is Stella Kerfoot, your sole jammer on track, but Jen will not be far up behind, rest assured. So there's some decisions to be made from these wolves. What are they going to do? Well, currently, they're all lining up on the pivot line and having a bit of argy-bargy down there.
As far away from us as possible, so we can't see it.
But it worked.
It did.
It worked, and we have Stella Kerfoot out as your lead jammer. But guess who's back on track? It is Jen. Warp Jen needs to create another one of those black holes to find their way through this pack. Coming on to the second turn with a recycle back there from 64. That's Smith. Smith jams, pivots, blocks, recycles, hits out. Oh, hang on, I'm the wrong one. Who was that? 64. Killer Ray. I'm sorry, wrong name. Killer Ray, you were amazing, sorry. But Smith is also great. Just not doing that particular job.
And just snuck round the outside.
4 more points on the board. There's literally, we blinked and there's 12 points on the board there for the Hellcats.
Oh, straight in the chest.
Ow.
And again.
Right, any normal human would lay down and just have a moment, right? Any normal human
has taken the star pass.
Any normal human would not just get up, skate through, get 4 more points, call off the jam, as stylish as that, right? Superhuman, officially. Beautiful work there. And the tactical call-off, which was stopping the star pass from putting any more points on the board, so it's still 31, but a 16-point jam there. And an official review, shall I go in? Oh, hang on, I'm going in.
Go spy on the zebras.
I'm going to go find out what's going on. Okay, so I have information. So the Hellfire Harlots, no, I knew I'd get it wrong. The Hallam Hellcats are calling for a penalty to be assessed on the situation that happened just around here, generally, where the jammer was hit in a legal way, but the follow-up movement was in a direction way, and they're looking for a penalty on that situation. Is that right? Something like that. Ish, something, approximating that. So, rest will have a bit of a chat. Okay, so the refs have had a bit chat, and the Hallam Hellcats have lost their official review. The refs did not see what they thought they saw. So the official review has not been retained, and we go back to business as usual, which is Jam 8 of the second half. We're just about halfway through the second half. You need to do those.
And we again have Montana and Fatal Attraction, with Montana coming out first, with Fatal Attraction close on her heels.
Well, the break was good for Montana. Straight out of the pack is your lead jammer for the Harlots. Coming into the pack, both jammers coming into the pack, super hot. What were the points? 1 point to the Hallam Hellcats, 2 points to the Hellfire Harlots. Good call off.
And that is Smith on her toe stops down the inside line, followed by Walk Jen on the outside.
Woohoo! Five on five, all the... Oh! Stylish. 1-on-1.
Apiece.
Steady away with these jams after the official review. Low scoring, but all the intensity. So Montana is back on track with Granny Grimlock. Montana with the lead last time they were out, so let's see if they could do 2 in a row. The offense coming in thick and fast, and that is 4-5-1 offer in the... Oh no, I'm not going to say their name because every time I do, they get a penalty, so it's that person. Looking for the offense to get Montana through, and they are through, but who's through first? It is Granny Grimlock as your lead jammer.
And straight through.
Grimlock running the jam long, so Montana has the opportunity to score points.
Oh, it's just beautiful spin.
Brunch, I know, right? That toe stop and balance. Montana's still looking for a way through. Blockers trying to do a little bit of offense, and it's that blocker that I can't talk about who did a beautiful piece there on the outside line. Granny Grimlock. Hard hitting.
Montana's still working hard out the front, just a 2-all of Hallam left as the others have had to drop off to keep the pack.
Oh! God, that was beautiful. 16 points, and right, doesn't even look like they're breaking a sweat. Just chilling.
Just about.
Just chilling. You can talk about that person. I can't talk about that. Oh no, it's Lid Vicious. I can talk about that one. Lid Vicious with an absolutely brutal hit out on the inside line there. Took all the momentum out of Granny Grimlock. But a bit of a spin. Do you know what I think? Granny Grimlock watches Lady Trample videos. Just saying. There's some footwork that's very kind of Trample-esque, would you say?
And that was another 2-minute jam.
Why would you do this to yourself? Epic work there. Epic.
Wow.
Oh, just quietly a 20-point jam there for the Hallam Hellcats and for Granny Grimlock. 4 points on the board also for the Hellfire Harlots. And we're down to the business end of this second half. We're in the dying 10 minutes of this game.
Oh,
and it's...
Kentushus is starting.
Yes! Get on! So I mean, I have to start. I'm not karaoke in the whole jam, mind. It's just like, no one needs to hear that. Stella Foot's like, please don't. If I get lead jammer and score points and call off, will that mean you stop singing? So we'll go with that, right? Can't touch this. I'm trying to remember how the rest of the song goes. I've just got that one bit in my head. Is that it?
I think that might be it.
Oh, beautiful. Stella. Oh.
And there is a real battle going on there for Kentucky against the Hallam 3-wall. Every time she thinks she's found an edge, there's a butt there.
There's too many. It just feels like there's just an inordinate amount of blockers on track, soul destroying. But I can see the offense is coming in to try and get Kentucky this out of the pack, but it's just not quite clicking. Meanwhile, Stella Foot with a lovely bit of offensive assist there from the pivot. Throwing a shoulder in to get through and out. 4 more points on the board. We could be looking for the triple century here, I think, if this carries on. 30 seconds left on this jam. These guys, my goodness, why are you volunteering to do 2-minute jams, you crazy, crazy people?
And whilst that was happening, what the fox?
What the fox?
And ran with it. Or skated, I guess.
So 16-point jam, so this scoring pass could take us to the triple. Oh no! Oh, it's going to keep us hanging, I think. Keep us hanging. 298, rude. I agree, rude. 298 to 38. Can't do that point differential. I can't do maths. But it's safe to say that Hallam Hellcats have got a considerable lead. But the points have been pouring on from the Hellfire Harlots in this second half. They really have done a really good showing of themselves for this second half in particular. And look who it is on track again.
And that is Warp Jen with some lovely offence from Betty Malsesia. No, apparently I can't say her name either.
No. Oh, no. That's both of us cursing that poor blocker now. Well, just if we say the number, we might get away with it. So 4-5-1 with a great little move there on the inside, but scoring a penalty. But I think relatively the penalties have been quite low through this game, right?
Yeah. Oh, and we have a lead jammer, and it is Fatal Attraction.
Okay, so we're looking for 2 points to get us over that triple century, do you reckon? I feel like it. Fatal's coming in hard. Oh, hang on a minute. One of the pivot was like, no, actually, no. Lid Vicious is like, you're not having my point. And Chris is like, you're also not having my point. Lovely work there. Love that, Harlots. Nice work.
However, there were enough points to make me happy.
Just snuck it in there. 300 points to the Hallam Hellcats. So now we need to get the Hellfire Harlots to 50, I'm thinking. Yeah? Right, so we need a little bit of support to get them up to the 50 points. So, who we got? 96, that's Montana. We know Montana can do this. They've already put points on the board today. So let's have a look at this. Get them to 50. An abattoir.
And that is Smith.
In an executioner style is absolutely having Montana's life. Smith threw out, eligible for points. But to be fair, I've got my eyes on Montana right now. But that is an evil wall that they're trapped behind. There is pivot there to help, but there's only so much help you can give. Mabel in a tea shop has got a very lovely, pretty, like inoffensive name, but is actually quite an evil blocker. I am seeing, like, talk about a name not being a reveal of how they are on track.
Oh, and I think that's what the Fox again with the star on their head.
Oh, if they had the star pass quietly, I think they have, and the star is on, so we need to get that initial pass from What the Fox. Oh, recycle out again. Abattoir again, but just, what the fuck, staying in bounds and just taking a toe out, but getting themselves back on legally, not doing anything naughty, playing it safe. Montana coming in to try and give a bit of an assist. Oh my, yes, 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 yes. Oh man.
Meanwhile, Smith is fighting her way past the ever-spinning wall of Harlots.
Beautiful. Pneumatic is absolutely got the eyes on this jammer. What the fox? The pair of them are glued to each other. Montana with a little bit of an offense to try and help the situation. It's recycling Pneumatic back. But What the Fox also is back. And the jam is called. Smith, meanwhile, has been doing laps and putting the points on. But my eyes were all on the
2-minute jams do you think there've been?
Sorry?
How many 2-minute jams do you think there've been?
Too many. They're exhausting. I'm going to need to lie down, and we've got more games to do. You've got a game to play. Are you playing the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me. An official timeout, right? I think you need to go up in case there's anything. No, are they just having a bit chat?
I think they're just having a chat.
Just having a bit of a chat and a rest.
And a track mend.
Crash Test Barbie in that very, very cool fur coat. I think it might be. It is, isn't it? Love that coat. Work that coat. So we're getting into the final jams of this game. 312 playing 30. I still need those 12 points. Harlots, I need those 12 points. Let's get it to 50.
And that
Warp Gen on track. They've had a little bit of a break with that official timeout, so a chance to recharge those batteries just a little bit, but it's Granny Grimblock, who's had a stonking game. A whole cloggy mess. Look who's out of the pack! Get on!
And Granny Grimblock is off the track.
Jen with points. Oh, just a bit of a recycle out there from Wilma Will's move.
And that is Warp Gen battling that final blocker out the front. Oh no, joined by two friends.
Oh, pile up.
And Harlots are in on offense. I'm not going to say who.
Jen with just one to beat, but the walls just keep waterfalling and rebuilding. Wilma Wheels move with the second recycle, this time on the first straightaway, being held all the way back out. Lovely offense coming in.
Must feel like a never-ending wall of help now.
Let's go, Jen. You've got some points, let's get some more. We're coming to the end of this jam.
And that's the end of that jam.
All 4 points, I think. All 4 points, 42 points for the Hellfire Harlots. So this potentially, again, could be wrong, we'll see, but this potentially, okay, an official timeout, but we're getting towards the end of this game. The next game we have coming up is the Teesside Skate Invaders. Where are you? I think you'd be a bit louder than that. Teesside Skate Invaders, where are you? Thank you very much. And we have the Inhuman League. All one of you.
Or we just have Pliskin, apparently.
Just skip Pliskin. Oh, hell. So that's our game 3. So I'm going to stay on this microphone because now I'm here, I ain't leaving. I'm here for the remainder of the day. And I'll be joined by Snoogans for game 3. Whee! We have celebrities in the building. And then our final game of the day will be Old Reeky B. Old Reeky? Any Old Reeky people in? Are they outside warming up? Yay! Oh, just one of you as well? No, that's all you need. Just one. Just one. And they'll be playing our co-host of today with the Inhuman League. Our co-host today, our Sheffield Steel Roller Derby. Oh! It's about 4 of you. Get on. So we're going to be here until about midnight, is what I'm reckoning, right? Is that okay? We're just going to lock the doors. We'll just stop here. There's plenty of cake upstairs, plenty of refreshments, there's vending machines, we'll be fine.
So I bought some lovely stickers and some wrist guards already.
Oh, from Mama Trucker.
Mama Trucker for the wrist guards, and I don't know who I got the stickers from, but I'll have a look at our little cheat sheet and I might remember.
I know, I'm going to go and find the names of all the people that are here.
Business cards that you can make into an octopus, which is amazing.
So we've just kind of filled a little bit there. I don't know if you noticed that. We was just like filling a little bit just because we wanted to get Grimlock looked at by the medics. We've got the skates off and they're being looked after by Colin and Michelle from Events Medical Saltney, who are like basically, you don't have a roller derby game unless you have these guys at the game to look after everyone. So we're just going to have a bit of a check over of Granny Grimlock. Hope everything's okay, but we're going to continue on with the rest of this game and our final jams. So as we said before,
and Stella Kerfoot.
Yay!
And it is Kerfoot out first, and can touch this, fighting away out the back with some help from her friends.
Full on offense coming in there from 88. That's Tanya to try and can touch this out of the pack. Stuck behind a wall of Pneumatic and Abattoir. Those two seem to be pairing up quite a lot in this game, and it does not look nice, if I'm brutally honest.
I'd say all game, the walls haven't moved very far.
No, we're nearly a minute into this jam and we've gone down one straightaway with this wall. Keep going, keep going. Can't touch this still. Working hard on that back wall there in turns 1 and 2.
And then Kerfoot doing the same thing out front.
Yeah.
And Kerfoot is out for another 4 points.
Right, come on, Harlots. You've got 30 seconds to get 8 points on this board. Can touch this, still working on that line. That wall is just absorbing and reabsorbing, pushing on the in, pushing on the out. Lovely dink out there by Nuclear. Boom. Stella Kerfoot out with points. 12 points on the board for that final jam.
And we have an unofficial score.
Let's have a look. Get all the last points mopped up and sorted out. Oh, that's where the Inhuman League are. They're all up there in the posh seats.
Zebra's coming over to make it official.